When Niko Bellic stepped off the boat in the land of opportunity, he expected a life of luxury with his cousin Roman, who'd boasted of the high life with luxury condo, sports cars and wild parties. What Niko didn't expect was the trophy called Endangered Species, which requires him to find and kill all 200 pigeons in Liberty City. I'm sure it's obvious that collecting 200 collectibles of any kind will take a long time, even if they're marked on the map. But that will be far too easy, so no map markers for Niko.
What?
Instead, you have to find all the pigeons just by purely exploring Liberty City, for which I found between 5 to 10 of them after completing the entire game. Since I adore GTA 4 and clearly didn't value my time, what commenced was a week-long journey following a guide to blast every last pigeon. Even over a decade on, I can remember saving up dollars to buy RPGs so I could really blast the last few to Kingdom Come. What really took the piss with this trophy was some of the pigeon placements were hidden better than a needle in a haystack. Not only that, but some required sniping them from afar, and a few also required carefully landing helicopters on top of buildings to get access to them. Truly a slog of a trophy that I'm actually surprised 0.6% of players have achieved on PS3. I'd love a GTA 4 remaster, but I'm seriously not going for this trophy twice.
Yeah, me hear that, you know. Anyway.
Call of Duty World at War is one of my favourite Call of Duty games due to its great campaign, fun multiplayer and the original 4 zombie maps. However, when playing through the campaign on Veteran, the game may as well be named Grenades at War because you get spammed by them. On earlier levels in the campaign, this is a manageable problem, and the gameplay is not too dissimilar to other Call of Duty games on Veteran difficulty. But as you progress through the campaign, the grenade spam becomes an absolute pain in the butt. This pain in the butt becomes a red hot poker in the butt when you finally get to the penultimate level, called Heart of the Reich. This level is notorious for being a challenge to complete on Veteran because there are sections with infinite enemies until you move up and advance past certain points. You'd think that pushing up fast would be the answer, and it is, but you will have to time your movement to avoid the constant barrage of gunfire and grenades. In the final checkpoint of the level, you have to survive and push up to the entrance of the Reichstag against never-ending reinforcements. Here you absolutely have to push up, but this involves leaving cover and that usually results in guaranteed death on this level. For anyone who's completed this final checkpoint in Veteran and therefore the level, I salute you, soldier, because this took me hours if not days to complete. Some trophies are annoying because they are time consuming, others because they are tedious, and some because they are difficult. Well, the Social Lubricant trophy from Watch Dogs is the whole trinity of all three kinds of annoying.
Nice.
To unlock this trophy, Aiden must win drinking games at 3 different locations with increasing difficulty as you progress up the levels. Each location features a different kind of QuickTime event you need to complete in order to prove you can hold your drink. At one of the locations, you need to press loads of different moving QTEs on the screen within a given time frame. The worst location of the 3, though, requires you to line up the 2 analog sticks with 2 circles on the screen. The caveat being that your inputs are usually reversed and sensitivity is very high, so as you rush against the clock to line up the sticks, it's just a whole ordeal of things I hate to do in video games all at once. Odd controls, against the clock, and repetitive. Yuck. Tomb Raider holds a special place in my heart, so much so that I've unlocked the Platinum Trophy for both the PS3 and PS4 version of this game. But there was one missable trophy on my first playthrough on the PS3 that I wasn't aware of and meant that I had to replay the whole game all over again. The trophy in question is called Chatterbox. Lara is accompanied by a handful of crew members on her expedition to find the lost island of Yamatai. At set points in the game, Lara can have optional conversations with members of the Endurance crew, but once the opportunity is passed, there is no going back. There are 2 further reasons why this trophy sucks. The first reason is that Lara must exhaust all conversation lines with each character or it doesn't count towards the trophy. The other reason is that some characters appear away from the main game path and therefore can be missed very easily. Thankfully, in this trophy's favour, there are only 7 opportunities you need to complete, so it's not too bad if you know to keep an eye out after cutscenes. The absolute worst kind of trophy in my book are the ones that require luck, and in the case of the Meat Wall trophy from Rainbow Six Siege, you're going to need a 4-leaf clover. To unlock this trophy, you need to get a kill with a breach charge. Now this sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? However, unless players are complete idiots, they're not going to be stood right behind a wafer-thin wall, which is the only surface you can place breaching charges on. I finally found my idiot after 48 hours of game time, but unfortunately I cannot track down my footage of this kill, so I thought I'd hop back on the game and try and get the trophy for a second time on the PS5. I have included footage of my closest attempt, but I seriously cannot believe how short the blast range must be, because I blew up the charge and straight afterwards a player walked past the gap in the wall. How's he not dead? If you've ever played Ghost Runner, I'm sure you're aware that you die a lot. Like, a lot. It should therefore come as no surprise at all that one of the rarest trophies in Ghost Runner is for completing a level without dying. In a moment of insanity when the PS5 version of Ghost Runner dropped, I decided to go for this trophy on the very first level of the game, because it's the shortest by far and features the least number of enemies. Each run I got slightly better at the level, memorising the enemy locations so I could be ready to counter their attacks. Even with this knowledge, my execution had to be on point, as the enemies in Ghost Runner are adaptive and do not react the same way each time, so you have to adapt too. To be fair, this trophy isn't bad, it just requires a good combination of player skill, game knowledge and a nice helping of luck, with the AI not just deciding to run you over for the lols. Of the nearly 17,000 trophies I've unlocked, this is by far the one I'm the most proud of, but by gosh did it take some achieving. For those in the know, Mile High Club on Veteran requires no introduction, but for those who don't know this level, Mile High Club is a bonus level unlocked after completing the main campaign of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. The premise of the level is simple. You've got 60 seconds to get from the bottom of the plane to the very front of the plane in order to rescue a hostage and stop the bomb from going off. I'm not sure what the devs did to the AI on this level, but they are like John Wick on speed. Your aim has got to be pinpoint, you've got to conserve ammo because you don't have time to reload, you've got to pick up the ideal guns at the right time and advance through the plane at optimum times or enemies will block your progress. So in short, you've got to be godlike for just over 60 seconds and then you can come back down to earth and take your silver trophy as your reward. Brilliant idea for a level, but holy moly is this trophy something else. If you've got any suggestions for other worst PlayStation trophies, be sure to put them in the comments and thank you for watching this video.